Okay, so real quick, how deep do you think the ocean actually goes? Like 2 kilometers? Maybe three? Nope. Try almost 11. 11 kilometers straight down. That's so deep that if you dropped Mount Everest into it, the entire mountain, the peak would still be over a mile underwater. And this place is real. It's called the Mariana Trench. It's in the Pacific Ocean, east of the Mariana Islands, and trust me, what lives down there is way weirder than anything you've seen in a horror movie. Let's start with the basics, because this place is genuinely insane. The pressure at the bottom is over 1,000 times what you feel right now sitting wherever you are. If a human went down there without a submarine, they'd be crushed instantly, like immediately. No slow buildup, just gone. There's also zero sunlight, none. Complete pitch black darkness. And the temperature is just barely above freezing. So dark, crushing pressure, freezing cold. Sounds like nothing could live there, right? Yeah, about that. The first people to ever reach the bottom were two guys named Jacques Piccard and Don Walsh. It was 1960. They went down in a submarine called the Trieste. The dive took 5 hours. 5 hours just going down. And when they finally hit the bottom, they looked out the window, and there was a flatfish just sitting there, chilling at the deepest point on Earth. Scientists had literally assumed nothing could survive that pressure. First dive to the bottom, and they immediately proved that wrong. Since then, we've sent cameras and submarines down there multiple times. And every single time, we find something new. Let me tell you about some of the creatures down there, because they are absolutely wild. First up, the Dumbo octopus. It's named after Dumbo the elephant. Because it has two fins on its head that look exactly like big ears, it flaps them to swim. It's actually kind of cute, honestly. It lives at up to 7,000 meters deep. No eyes needed down there anyway, nothing to see. Then there's the barreleye fish, and this one is genuinely freaky. Its entire head is transparent, like see-through. You can look straight through its skull. The green glowing tubes inside, those are its eyes, and they rotate upward to spot prey from below, while its head is just open for everyone to see. Now, the anglerfish. You've probably seen pictures of this one. It has a glowing lure dangling from its forehead to attract prey in the dark. Already creepy enough. But here's the part nobody tells you. The female anglerfish is the big scary one. The male? Tiny. Like embarrassingly tiny. When a male finds a female, he bites into her side, and then he just fuses with her. His body merges into hers. His eyes dissolve. His organs dissolve. Everything goes except the part she needs from him. He spends the rest of his life literally attached to her body. Forever. That's it. That's his whole life. Nature is something else, man. Okay, next. The giant isopod. You know those small gray bugs you find under rocks in the garden? Woodlice? Now imagine one that's 50 centimeters long. That's a giant isopod. They scavenge whale carcasses on the ocean floor. One was kept in an aquarium in Japan. It refused to eat for 5.5 years. 5.5 years with no food, then it died. Scientists still don't fully understand why or how it survived that long. And then there's the vampire squid, which, despite the name, is not actually a squid. It's its own thing entirely. The only species in its entire biological class. When it feels threatened, it flips itself inside out. Suddenly, it's covered in spines and looks like a floating nightmare. And it lives at depths where there's so little oxygen that almost nothing else can survive. It just vibes down there, alone, in the dark, turning itself inside out whenever it's scared. Honestly, respect. Now here's the part of the video where things get a bit more serious. We've only explored about 20% of the Mariana Trench. 20%. The other 80%, we have no idea what's there. We have better, more detailed maps of the surface of Mars than we do of our own ocean floor. Let that sink in for a second. In 2012, James Cameron, the guy who made Titanic and Avatar, he built his own submarine and went down to Challenger Deep, alone, no co-pilot, just him and a very small window. He described it as the loneliest, most alien place he'd ever been. Flat, silent, almost nothing visible near the very bottom, but the samples he brought back contained thousands of microorganisms that had never been seen before, living in conditions that should, by all logic, be impossible for life, which led scientists to a pretty wild idea. If life can survive in those conditions down here, could it survive somewhere like Europa? Europa is one of Jupiter's moons. It has a frozen surface, but underneath that ice, scientists believe there's a liquid ocean, no sunlight, extreme pressure, just like the Mariana Trench. The Mariana Trench might literally be our best preview of what alien life could look like. Okay, now for the part that's actually kind of depressing. Humans have been dumping things into the Mariana Trench for decades. Nuclear waste, old weapons, chemical containers. The idea was it's so deep it'll never affect anything, except in 2019. Explorer Victor Vescovo went deeper than any human ever had before. 10,928 meters, a new world record. He spent hours at the bottom looking around. And what did he find? A plastic bag and candy wrappers at the deepest point on the entire planet. He also found 4 brand new species of crustacean that had never been recorded. New life and human trash, right next to each other. Microplastics have been found in the tissue of creatures living at the bottom. We contaminated a place we've barely even visited. There's also the sounds. Researchers have recorded strange, low-frequency sounds coming from the trench. Most have explanations. Whale calls, earthquakes, ice breaking apart. But in 1997, scientists picked up something different. A sound so loud it was detected by microphones spread across the entire Pacific Ocean. They named it the bloop. For years, nobody knew what it was. It was eventually explained as a massive iceberg cracking apart in Antarctica. But the sound was so enormous, so unlike anything heard before, that a lot of people still find that explanation hard to believe. And honestly, the trench is so unexplored that we can't fully rule anything out. Here's what gets me about all of this. Humans have been to space over 600 times. Only 3 people have ever been to Challenger Deep. 3. The ocean covers 71% of our planet, and we've explored less than 20% of it. Whatever is living in those dark, unexplored parts of the trench, we have absolutely no idea. It could be creatures that make the anglerfish look cute. It could be microorganisms that rewrite everything we know about biology. Or it could be something we don't even have a category for yet. The Mariana Trench isn't just the deepest place on Earth. It's the biggest mystery we're not talking about. So, what do you think is living in the parts we haven't explored? Drop it in the comments. I genuinely want to know. And if you want more videos like this, subscribe. We've got a lot more to get into.